Learning, learning will give inspiration to anybody. Thinking will give motivation to anybody. Finally, the action only will take us to the closer to our dreams.
Hello and welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, the podcast where we delve into the stories of remarkable individuals shaping industries, inspiring change, and making an impact. Today, we have a very special guest, a man whose career is a testament to the power of self awareness and leadership. Mr. Thamizhmani D is a certified expert in the Gallup Strengths Finder, a globally recognized assessment development by a US based reputed research organization that has helped individuals uncover their top talents and strengths. With a deep understanding of how to leverage these strengths, he has not only shaped his own career, but also helped countless others unlock their full potential by activating them more towards the organizational goals and made consistent achievements all through his career, spanning for 3.5 decades in government and public sector. But his journey is far from ordinary. Mr. Mani's approach to leadership combines science, psychology, and a unique perspective on personal development, turning challenges into stepping stones and ideas into actionable success. Join us as we explore the story of Mr. Mani, an individual whose insights and journey will leave you inspired and ready to take your own strengths for achieving success and reaching new heights in the profession. This is a conversation you would not want to miss. Welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, Mr. Mani.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pancholi. First of all, I am very much thankful to you for the complimentary words about me. It is really a great privilege for me, given to me by the FaceTime with Leaders program, wherein I could able to share my career journey of leveraging my strength, inbuilt strength, into consistent, exemplary performance throughout my 36 years of service in government and public sector.
All right. So let's dive a little deeper into your journey. And as someone with such an impressive journey, I would be curious to know, was there a defining moment or a turning point early on when you realized that your career was, more than just a profession, but something truly aligned with your passion and purpose? I would love to hear about the beginning of your journey.
Yeah. Yes. It is very, very nice to recollect my journey and share with you in this program. There were a lot of great moments I have faced. I thought I will share some 4 moments which inspired me, shaped my path of career journey. And that has made me, my job is not just a profession. It is more than a profession. I loved it. First, to start with, I could not get a post seat in the engineering college when I finished my plus two service, plus two course. But my parents wanted me to become an engineer. I should become an engineer. So finally, I joined in the BSc Mathematics, where I studied well. Then my father has found out only 2 institutions in the country is giving BTech after the BSc. So I have joined in one of the institution and became an engineer. So after very great, remarkable preparation, etc., through entrance examination, so I have got the degree of this BTech, by which I satisfied my father's wish. Secondly, while studying the college, upon completing my degree, I wanted to take a job in the private sector, and that too in R&D field, because that was the popular field amongst the students in those days. But my father wanted me to join a government service. So I was interested in private sector. My father was interested in the government service. So I have applied for a government service, and I got an interview also. But a turning point has happened. The interview was there on one day at Bangalore. The next day was my BTech final year examination. So I thought if I get selected in the engineer interview and not getting qualified in the degree, I may not join the post. So I decided not to attend the interview. But my friends who knows my father's wish, they encouraged me to attend the interview. And in fact, five of them have also started along with me to go to Bangalore to attend the interview. But I went alone and joined and attended the interview. Afterwards, when the results came, both my BTech degree as well as my appointment as scientist in DRDO both came together. The same time I got it. So by which I could satisfy my father's wish of becoming a government officer. Next, I joined in DRDO as scientist in Rajasthan. I was working there for 3 years. Once I thought we will get a transfer to southern side, but I could not get it because my mother was asking me repeatedly asking me to join some job near to her place of living. Then I was all along thinking how to satisfy my mother's wish. My father's wish is anywhere I can work in the country, but I should be in government service.
Right.
Then I thought, let me take the route of Indian Engineering Services and All India Competitive Examination. By getting through the examination, I thought I will get a job near to my mother's place. So luckily, I have got through the examination also. But again, it's an All India service. It is not sure that they will post me in my mother's liking place. So then again in the training of 2 years they conducted at Delhi, where they have told, suppose if somebody is getting good mark in training, they will be given their own desired choice place. So in order to fulfill my mother's wish, I have studied well in the training and got a posting in the same place where my mother wanted. Therefore, I could fulfill my mother's wish also. Then after these three events, I have put service for 30 years, 35 years. At the end of my career, now my spouse and children wanted me to become a chief general manager heading a state. So I was having only 9 months service when I was aspiring to become CGM, but the required service was about 2 years minimum. Because without 2 years service, one cannot perform. But luckily, the organization has modified the order by 1 year, by which I appeared in the interview. It was a psychometric test conducted by Indian Institute of Management and the interview by the board of directors and the CMD. I got selected and I joined as a CGM. So therefore, all the four events to satisfy my parents' wish and my spouse and children's wish, I have taken a career and I fulfilled their wishes. Therefore, I was working all along with full dedication in a meticulous manner. Therefore, I could achieve a lot of things in the service throughout the 36 years of my service. This is all about my career journey.
That's truly an inspiring journey, Mr. Mani. It's fascinating to hear about those moments that shaped your path and the passion that drives you. Great. So, Mr. Mani, in one of the assignments, you were given the task of huge revenue earnings and cash flow targets set by the company derived for the businesses in a short period than a usual period of 1 year.
Yeah,
And you were also commended for the accomplishing that task successfully. You know, a feat that undoubtedly requires meticulous planning, technical expertise, follow up with all functionaries spread across the state, and a great deal of resilience. So, could you walk us through how you approach such a high pressure task within the period of time given, and what it meant to you personally to contribute to the seamless execution of all aspects of the overall business to
yeah,
fulfill the aspirations of the company you serve?
yeah. Well, it is really very nice to recollect those moments. I was given a target of 1,427 crore business earnings and 1,112 crore of cash collection earnings during the year 24-25. So when I took up the assignment after the rigorous test and selection procedure, I was only having 6.5 months for the financial year to end. Generally, anybody will take minimum 3 to 6 months to understand the entire network and functionaries. But I was having only 6.5 months service to prove this much achievements I had to make it. So what I did, I have doubled my efforts, experience, etc., towards the task. See, I was left with the 6.5 months. That means around 197 days. And if we convert into hours, it is some 4,500 hours. So I thought, if I am missing any 1 hour, I'll be failing in my achievement program. So almost 18 hours a day, from morning 4 o'clock to night 11 o'clock, continuously without taking holidays, Saturday, Sunday, almost 3,500 hours I have continuously worked. The KPIs involved in the achievement of such a huge task were almost 53 KPIs, key performance indicators, and 17 districts. It will come to around 900 parameters we need to monitor continuously in these 6.5 months. So it is also in a government sector, you might have, it is generally understood that people are not that much, towards the job, because of job security is the main issue is there, advantage is there. So I thought I used to travel across the state. All the districts have one-to-one meeting with the people, spoke a lot about the motivation, encouragement, company's vision, etc. Using my 5 strength. I have got 5 strength came out from the Gallup your assessment test. One is the first talent is the learner. Learner means quick learning. Normally people take 3 to 4 months to understand the network. I have taken only 1 week to understand the nitty-gritty of the whole process involved in the entire state. Next strength will be the intellectual. Intellectual means mental thinking, love to think. So I used to analyze threadbare analysis, what are all the key parameters. As I explained, 900 parameters were there, 17 districts were there, 1,800 employees were there. I was analyzing all of those things, weak areas, strong areas, where to concentrate, which are the areas where I should get involved personally. All those things I could do using my intellectual strength. Next is the ideation. Draw the idea, how to achieve the performance. Draw a lot of ideas I have drawn in each and every business vertical. We have got some 3 business vertical where all these 1,427 crore to be achieved. All these things I have made all the detailed program, week-wise, day-wise. I was interacting with everybody. Fourth one is the focusing one. We have to channelize what I thought. Unless otherwise, I make more number of employees to get activated towards the goal. Such a gigantic task of attaining such a big achievement in 6.5 months would not be possible. Therefore, I was channelizing everybody, not leaving anybody, interaction with anybody, everybody through WhatsApp, through phone call, through personal meeting, through Zoom meetings, etc., that I could do it. And finally, generally, learning will give inspiration to anybody. Thinking will give motivation to anybody. Finally, the action only will take us to the closer to our dreams. The last strength, what I heard as activator strength. So using all these 5, learner, intellectual, and ideation, focus, and activation strength, clubbed with my 36 years of management skills, of quick decision making, right decision making, support, everything, etc., I applied and I could achieve this target. In this, I am proud to say 2 crore more I achieved in the revenue side, 122 crore more I achieved to the cash collection side, almost 15 national level awards in each and every area. I could get it like a large business, high network time, 15 such awards I could get it. because of the hard work, meticulous planning, involving the people available in the entire state. Like that only I could travel and I could make it through. Yeah.
Incredible, Mr. Money. Great. All right. So let's move ahead. And Mr. Money, ensuring the rectification of systems working between Tuticorin, that is India, and Sri Lanka in the sea cable, that is a submarine cable, and to restore services between the two countries and also for smooth operations of network during a critical event like the Kerala Assembly elections must have been an immense responsibility. So in the year 2018, you were commended for having played a crucial role, including saving of expenses by about 12 crore in the quick repairing of the damage of submarine cables operating between the two countries. And again, in the year 2021, you were commended for maintaining exceptional uptime during this crucial time. So, what I would like to ask you is, could you walk us through how you approach the execution of such a high pressure task and what it meant to you personally to contribute to such an international level equipment working, coordinating with various international organizations, the
Yeah.
seamless execution of network smoothly for such an important democratic process of Kerala elections?
Yeah. Well, it's really a very unique opportunity I have got in the country. Generally, this particular cable, submarine cable, working between Tuticorin and Sri Lanka, this is an asset created by bilateral arrangement between the two countries. We are 50% owner and Sri Lanka is the 50% owner. One day, the cable got damaged in the undersea. So then we were given the task to repair the cable. Just generally, this kind of submarine cable are repaired by the international organization. They will bring their ship from various places and then repair the cable. So accordingly, we had an agreement with the SEOCOMA, Southeast Asian Indian Ocean Cable Maintenance Agreement. That company has bought 3 ships, sports kept in various places in the world. So they told us they will send the ship from Indonesia to repair the cable fault at Tuticorin. And they also told it will take a minimum 3 to 4 months. And the quote of 29 crore they had given to us. See, this amount to be shared by Indian and Sri Lanka. Whereas Sri Lanka government is immediately told we are ready to bear the expenditure, we will give our 50% share. But our Indian government were telling this much money we cannot spend. Then I was given a task to somehow reduce the cost. I had almost 50 Zoom meetings with these Yokohama authorities, places, Singapore and various places. They could not reduce the cost. Then they have brought to Tuticorin. There also we had a meeting, we could not do it. Finally, our management is told, why don't you attempt to solve the problem indigenously? Because at that time, we were planning Chennai-Andaman cable, 1,500 kilometer, Kerala Lakshadweep cable, 2,000 kilometer. Lot of cables are going to be there in the India in the sea, undersea. So we thought we will develop some indigenous method of rectifying the fault. So what we did, we identified some company and we have brought the specialized equipments from Norway, Indonesia, and specialized manpower from Singapore, China, etc., etc., and put everybody in the sea for almost 30 days in the Tuticorin Sea and rectified the fault in 11 crores. So almost 12 crores we have saved and that cable is and a lot of tedious problems were there. We need to get the approval from Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Home Affairs, your Coast Guard, police, so many authorities sanctioned, we have got it and we have got executed that work. By that, that system is working even today without any problem. So that was a unique, I don't think anybody in the country would have attempted such a sea cable repair maintenance indigenously. Every organization is getting through the ships only, coming from the internationally. So that was a very great experience. All my super boss, everybody appreciated me for having done that wonderful work, saving a cost, and I have completed in 2 months' time, as against 4 months' time what those people have told. Coming to the election, you know, Kerala is almost, your cable is from Tamil Nadu to Kerala, it's around 700 kilometers. Around 100 telephone exchanges will be there in between. If anybody cuts the cable in this 700 kilometer during those election days, the interruption will take place. So it was a tough job. So we used to coordinate with the highway authorities, police authorities, individual, everybody, local body, everybody. I met them. We have issued notices not to cut the road. I have put patrolling vehicle. I have arranged. Normally, equipment used to be very short supply. We brought some new spare equipment, old equipment from various places, made various paths. Suppose if one path is cut, automatically if the traffic is going the other path, then there will not be any problem for the election. So we made a lot of such path. Outside the city also we have made. So we could make 99.5% uptime. Normally, we used to maintain around 92, 93, 99.5%. So the election, everything went through. Everybody appreciated because it's a tough task. Anybody cut the road in the 700 kilometer, anybody, any individual or anybody, interruption will take place. Similarly, for the satellite launches also, our ISRO is launching so many satellites. We were only providing all the communication facilities. Same methodology we adopted. At no point in time, no satellite program got affected due to the communication facilities provided by us. So whenever satellite launch takes place, we used to break out and sit that facility should not get interrupted. And so almost some 20-25 satellite, I could provide the communication facilities. It was a very happy moment to share all those things in this our program.
Incredible and truly impressive, Mr. Mani.
Yeah.
Your dedication to ensuring a seamless process during such a pivotal event speaks volumes about your commitment and expertise, truly. So, moving ahead, Mr. Mani, back in 2005, you attended a workshop on the Contract Labor Act, a critical topic that shapes the foundation of labor management and compliance in organizations. So, reflecting on that experience, could you share how the insights you gained during that workshop have influenced your approach to handling labor relations and ensuring organizational compliance over the years? How did that knowledge shape your perspective as a leader responsible for both fairness and efficiency?
Yeah, really, it is a very wonderful experience because our organization had become a company, public sector company from government department. So all government officers have become a public sector employees. In the government, these complaints, labor complaints and all were not a big issue. Once we have become a public sector, a lot of issues have cropped up. Throughout the state, our labor enforcement officers were giving notices to our executives and it was pouring like anything. And I was the nodal officer in the state headquarters, handling the entire issues for the whole state. I was also not having any knowledge on the labor law and the legislation, etc. Then even once we gone through the labor law, we understood that they can fine us, including imprisonment for any non-compliance. It's such a severe law. Therefore, I was deputed for a workshop on the Contract Labor Regulation Act 1970. In the act, in that workshop, not only this law, almost 17 in your labor law and Employment Provident Act, etc., they have taught us. In that, many advocates from Supreme Court have appeared, they have explained to us. One advocate was defending the employer, how to escape from the notices, how to manage the labor violation, etc. Another advocate used to talk about the our laborers, the requirement, etc. So one of the
Yes.
advocate who gave a lecture told that once he was asked by a court to visit a factory, how the labor welfare schemes are implemented. This person has visited and found that many things were not happening. So he told at the end of the day, 5-day workshop, why you senior people should not implement the labor law instead of not implementing and trying to find out the ways how to come out of the labor issues. Then I came back. I have arranged the workshop. where to at the various places in the entire state at the district level, involving the labor commissioner, etc., etc. All our tender, etc. I have changed the entire tender document to incorporate the labor laws to be a compliance in the tender, etc. Finally, all people got educated. Everybody have understood about the labor laws. So finally, there was no untoward incident happened to anybody by way of notice or arrest or anything. Finally, my boss has told me, now you can be posted as a labor commissioner because that much knowledge you have gained in the labor law and you educated all 1,500 employees, executives throughout the state. It was really a wonderful experience. And I felt the compliance of labor law and other legislation is best for the company to have sustainable growth instead of not doing this one and getting into the any court cases, etc. And a lot of times were being wasted in defining the court cases for non-compliance, etc. So it was a very wonderful experience. The compliance part, I got a very good understanding, insight after undergoing that procedure. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, Mr. Mani. And it's fascinating to hear how a single workshop could have such a lasting impact on your leadership philosophy and your approach to balancing compliance with empathy. So, Mr. Mani, as I can see, your involvement in the DRDO's microwave camouflage research project is truly commendable as it contributed to enhancing national defense capabilities. So, can you take us through how your work on this project played a part in strengthening defense mechanism and perhaps share any recognition or memorable moments that came from your efforts?
Yeah. Yeah, it's very nice because being the first job in my career, I was really enjoying that post as a scientist in the service. So when I joined in Rajasthan in the year 1988, so I was once I joined, my director has called after 1 week and asked me what work you are doing. I replied, I am waiting for the work. He told me your first work is to find the work for yourself. So then I started going through the entire lab and found out the microwave camouflage is the best area. So microwave is nothing but the radar area. During my college days also, I used to be called by people, I am radar expert. And when I
Okay.
attended the DRDO interview in Bangalore for the scientist post also, it was a radar recruitment board. Even after seeing my performance in the interview, they asked me which book I read in the radar and who is the professor who taught me radar. That much, I think they got convinced about my knowledge in the radar area. Therefore, I got chosen to take the radar camouflage area as my first research area. So it is nothing but, the camouflage is nothing but deceiving the enemies. We have to show the real target as a false and false as a real, so that they will bomb the false target and go and reveal real targets like aircraft, tanks, and all can be preserved. This is the basic idea of that one. So even if you see the Israel-Iran conflict, also they use the stealth aircraft because that cannot be detected by the radar. Our country also fifth generation stealth aircraft is being developed at present. So had I continued in the research area, I would have been a main person in that field. But somehow to satisfy my mother's wish, I have came back to the Indian Engineering Services. So during my journey in the defense area, once I was given an opportunity to study the efficiency of the entire camouflage nets used by our Indian Army and Air Force throughout the country. So all the nets, etc., they were brought to Jodhpur. In the Thar Desert, I was with some 50 Jawans, tanks, aircraft, so many vessels, etc. We were there in the Thar Desert using the indigenously developed the radar by ISRO. I was the only lone scientist with the Jawans, etc. I have studied the entire camouflage nets, etc., etc. And I have produced the result, what is the efficiency of the each and every nets. At the end of the day, in the Thar Desert, a big meeting was arranged. All the army officers have come. Many senior scientists who have come from various parts also, they appreciated me. One scientist told me that you come to Kanpur along with me. I will get you married and you can settle there. You will work. You can work with me, etc., etc. So it was a
Okay.
very, very interesting because when a senior most scientist encouraging and appreciating me in those days, I really felt so happy. Even though I wanted to continue in that scientific field, but I could not because of to satisfy my mother's wish, and I have come back to other services. This is all about my journey in the DRDO as scientist. Even when I got selected in the Indian Telecom Service, they did not relieve me. They made a lot of problem up to night to 9:30. They did not relieve me, and next day I had to join in Delhi for a training because I was handling such a crucial project, and they wanted my presence to be continued in DRDO. So finally, I got convinced them and came and joined the service. This is all about my journey in the DRDO.
That's truly remarkable, Mr. Mani. The impact of your work on national security must be a source of immense, immense pride.
Correct, correct.
So, Mr. Mani, you have achieved so much already in your career, from significant contributions to national defense to pioneering work in various sectors. So, looking ahead, what are some of your key aspirations for the future, both in terms of your personal growth and in the context of boardroom leadership? How do you see yourself shaping the strategic direction of organizations in the coming years, and what impact do you hope to leave?
Yeah. So very, very good question. Actually, as I have told you, from the beginning of my career, I wanted to take a job in the private sector and that to R&D. But to satisfy parents' wish, I have joined the government service, but I have chosen the R&D, which was my desired subject. Now, having worked in Government of India for 36 years of service, I could not reach the level of the board of director because I have become the head of a state. The next hierarchy in the position is the board of director. By the time I got retired from service. So while working in the government, even though I was working in a government, I was also practicing and doing the work as if what all the practices being followed in the private sector. Private sector, what they do, they are taking a business-oriented decision, effective resources management, everything they do so that they get the to acquire the maximum market share. Even though I worked in Government of India and public sector, I have been practicing myself and I was working meticulously only as if I am working in a private sector. So I thought, why can't I leverage my 36 years of skills, management skills, government regulation, act, everything I am very thorough. How the government of India is working, public sector is working, private sector also, because once I worked as a director enforcement in Government of India for about 5 years, I was given a job of checking the private companies where they are complying with the government regulation while providing the services. So I have been involved myself in various checking. So I know what is the compliance, how the private sectors are working. Out of my own curiosity, I was also checking other way of procedure, decision making, etc., etc. So I got inspired the way in which they decide they work for the business oriented kind of the decision making. So therefore, I thought, why can't I utilize whatever the skills, knowledge, etc. I have gained so far to satisfy my only unfilled ambition of working in private sector, which is still pending to be there filled even now. So I thought I will take a journey through private sector. I am hopeful that in the area of ESG, I may be able to give my maximum contribution to the private sector also. That is why.
Absolutely, absolutely. Since you have mentioned ESG, let me ask you my next question to you.
Yeah.
Mr. Mani, ESG has become a key focus for organizations globally. We all know that. How do you perceive the role of ESG driving long-term business success, and
Yeah.
how do you see yourself contributing to this growing focus in the future?
Yeah. ESG is a very, very important field. Any company who is seeking to become success in their business should have to utilize this ESG, otherwise it may not be possible. It is a global trend. Now, if you see any company, investors are there domestically as well as internationally. To become, to get a good capital for running any business, if any company has got a ESG standards fulfilled, there are chances that they will get maximum investment from the investors. If you see internationally, United Nations Human Rights Council had adopted United Nations guiding principles on business and human rights in the year 2011 June. The very next month, our government of India, Ministry of Department of Home Affairs, had issued another guidelines, national voluntary guidelines on social, environmental, economical, and responsibilities of business. To adopt, they have to, our companies also should adopt. SEBI also had issued BRSR, Business Responsibility and Sustainable Reporting, with the 9 attributes which are supposed to be followed. See, if you see nowadays, the generation Z they call, that is those born in 1997 to 2012, this population, they are not so much interested in the profit, rather than they are interested for a cause. If they know that the company in which they are investing is following the government regulation like ESG, etc., they will be having more interest towards investment. The company also will get investment. So therefore, ESG is a must. There is nothing like it's no other option. If you want to take the sustainability in the business, the best example is the Rio Tinto, the Australian mines companies, how they have failed in their operation. See, this company, even though they got a permission from the Australian government, as per the provisions of their act, but they could not succeed in the business because the local people, community people have opposed against the mines expansion. Then even the Australian government went to the extent of modifying, amending their act to change this kind of sanction to the company. Therefore, what happened? There is a proverb in any language you can see. Only if a wall is there, you can paint a picture. If wall is not there, you cannot paint it. Suppose if the business is there, if without ESG, if you are doing and getting to some problem, a huge loss will take place to the company, including the closure of the company. Therefore, ESG standard is very, very important. And in my career, I was working as a director enforcement, so I have enforced many things, applied penalty to the various private companies also, as well as an implementer. I know in the waste disposal around 300 crore we have earned to get the money from the waste disposal, vehicle pollution control we have done, and your solar energy we have done, and your employees' welfare is extreme in the private and government sector. Sexual harassment cases I have handled personally many cases. All these things are coming under the ESG. I think it has become, I have gone through the World Council of Directors program also. There are 3 volumes with I read it. It has become my favorite subject also. ESG has become my favorite subject. I think I will be able to contribute a lot in the ESG segment if I get an opportunity to work in the private sector.
Absolutely, absolutely, Mr. Mani. And it's great to hear how you view the role of ESG not only as a compliance requirement, but as a strategy for sustainable growth.
Correct. Yes.
So, Mr. Mani, you have recently joined Directors Institute, which is known for its focus on enhancing leadership and governance skills. So, what inspired you to become a part of this community? And what are your most looking forward to, to learning or gaining from this experience?
Yeah. So as I have already informed, my unfulfilled desire is to work in the private sector.
Yes.
So then I was looking for how to get entry into the private sector. So I came across the World Council of Directors marketing call. Then I registered for a webinar in which I have participated in the presentation given by World Council of Directors, Managing Director, etc. It was most appealing to me. They explained the opportunities available in the private sector in the country and abroad. A lot of opportunities are there, and they were all looking for people who have got that expertise in that area. And since I have got a lot of experience, expertise in the government working, state government working, central government working, compliance area, rules, act, guidelines, instruction, etc., etc. The only area where I need to understand is the ESG area, because the independent director program has got three modules. One is the Company Act, the second one is the your ESG, third one is the digital director. Being a technology man, digital director components I have gone through, it is okay, not a big deal for me. Company Act also, being working in a public sector company, I came across profit loss statement and company various act, etc., etc. I have thorough. The only area where I was wanted to learn is the ESG. ESG also little bit I know. Even without knowing it is ESG, I was doing the compliance in the public sector. Now the word ESG is a very catchy. I thought I started reading. That is why all the three volumes of the World Council of Director I have gone through. In almost 10 days, I completed 40% of the course. I hope in next 1 month or so, I will complete the entire course to have a comprehensive understanding of the independent directorship program. I think by successfully completing, I will be sitting the exam conducted by Government of India, Ministry of Home Affairs also I am planning to conduct. Hopefully, I will be able to get through. I think with all these achievements and expertise, I think I will be able to do my contribution to the private sector also and have a full-fledged satisfied man in my career. This is all about my vision of joining the World Council of Director, and program is very nice. It's very interactive session. I liked it and I am enjoying the study. Yeah.
Great to hear that, Mr. Mani. And I wish you all the success. And it's been an absolute pleasure having you on FaceTime with Leaders. Your insights on leadership, strategic thinking, and the evolving role of governance are truly, truly inspiring. You know, it's clear that your dedication to growth and learning, both personally and professionally, will continue to drive impactful change.
Yes.
So we are excited to see how your journey with Directors Institute shapes your leadership path. But yet, thank you for sharing your valuable time with us today.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And to our viewers, we hope you have enjoyed this conversation as much as we did. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep leading. Thank you so much and have a nice time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.